Hello everyone, and welcome to the official first Norwood Boys video. So today we'll be talking about Star Wars, specifically the original trilogy released in the late 1970s and early 1980s. Basically, you have this epic space opera narrative. Who doesn't like Star Wars, am I right? We just love those lightsabers, those blasters. Come on, dude. Darth Vader, he's the most iconic villain in cinematic history, arguably. But, just, it's all around memorable characters. At the time, groundbreaking effects. A lot of it was never seen in film until, that movie came out. So that's why I think so much of us find it so interesting to, look in retrospect when comparing it to current day film, CGI and practical effects and stuff like that. But, Luke Skywalker, Princess Leia, Han Solo, these are all household names at this point. If you live in America, if you don't, that's cool too. They might have some other version of, like your Muhammad Ali. But for here, it's Star Wars. But, it's just great. So, personally, I think the original trilogy is the one that I prefer the most over, for example, the prequel trilogy. Released in the late 1990s and early 2000s, may I add. It honestly just wasn't my tea, but it provided the backstory and the context for the original films, which is helpful in hindsight. But if you want me to be more specific, it delved into the rise of the Galactic Empire and the fall of the Jedi Order. But while the prequels received a more mixed reception, they expanded their Star Wars universe and introduced new characters and concepts, which, could be argued that they weren't the greatest concepts and characters, but, we won't get into that today. And as the representative of the Norwood Boys YouTube channel, we do not like to make any controversial opinions or safe opinions. Yeah. Well, anyways, now we go on to, the fucking sequel trilogy. You remember that, guys? Released in the early 2000s. We can go on for days. What hasn't been made into a fucking film, right? You basically got Disney jerking off in their corner, fucking jizzing all over the franchise like it's their bitch. It's kind of dark. I miss my old fucking show, and for example, Star Wars Rebels. That was a masterpiece. To be fair, you do have shows like The Mandalorian and The Bad Batch, but let's be honest, they're gonna fall off in another season or two. I'm pretty sure The Mandalorian already ended. I didn't even bother to watch the last one from the reviews I've heard, and everybody loves the baby Yoda, right? The baby Yoda meme, remember that? That's some fucking gore slop. But anyways, forget the rants. But beyond the franchise, numerous fucking things have been, influenced by it. So as books, comics, video games, Helldivers, we can talk about Helldivers. That's one of the greatest games out right now. I highly recommend it to anyone who hasn't played it yet. Yeah, great game. If you like killing bugs and, want to fuck bugs, yeah, check it out. I have a massive boner for bugs. That's one thing you will find here at the Norwood Boys YouTube channel. We do not lie. Alright. But anyways, I'd like to just wrap this up by saying, looking at my paper here that I wrote with ChatGPT, ultimately the impact of the Star Wars films cannot be overstated. Come on, guys. We got some good ass content for the few years that it did good, the replayability, right? Some of the movies, the games. You look at the influence it's had on the pop culture as a whole, sort of, opened up the renaissance for other sort of movies. Well, it's you could argue that Star Trek and, other movies were there before Star Wars was, but I feel like Star Wars really brought it into the mainstream audience and made the sci-fi genre it is today. You know what I mean? shit, man, it's become global pop culture. I mean, who doesn't know Star Wars? Like I said in the beginning, fucking Darth Vader, he's a household name. He's got his big floppy saber. And, while your opinions may, vary on the films or, like, the characters, like maybe you think it's becoming too PC, LGBTQ plus IRE, whatever the fuck. I mean, you do you, but I mean, it's, overall, we cannot understate the legacy that Star Wars has given us. It's undeniable. But, yeah, that'll be it for the episode 1 of the Norwood Boys YouTube channel. Be sure to check out our other platforms as well. We got a Twitter, we got all that other goy slop for you on those channels right there. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment. You can roast me for how small my penis is. I mean, I don't know. Well, that hasn't been public information yet, but maybe I'll cut that part out later. But anyways, guys, I love you. And I welcome you to the Norwood Boys YouTube channel. And P.S. before I go, we will be getting our second Norwood boy in the next episode. So stay tuned for that. But, yeah, my name's Chris Colina. That's about it. See ya.